Hi there team, it's Lauren here, and today I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I learnt and got out of the amazing FitEx conference, which is the National Fitness Industry Conference that was held in Auckland, New Zealand last weekend. Hey, it was a great weekend. It was an incredible time to connect with lots of people from all around the world that were presenting on amazing topics to help people boost their health and their happiness. So there were over 700 people there were over 100 sessions presented, and it was just incredible, not only to present but to reconnect with colleagues from around the world, to reconnect with past students of mine, and just to see what's going on, see what the latest research is, find out what the latest techniques are, and just have a lot of things reconfirmed for me, and also be inspired by some new ideas. So I just want to share with you a few of the things that I got out of it, just so that you might be able to get some tips that you can use in your own life or share with your friends and family. So I went to a whole range of sessions, and each of them had something different to share, and some of them was just really small tips, from the psychologist that I went along to, Matt Williams. He talked about how to make positive habit change and make it last. And one little new tip that he shared with me that I hadn't thought of before was not just to put up a visual reminder of the change that you want to make, but to have a tactile reminder. And so for him, in terms of looking at change and habits, he said that he reported himself that he would shut down his computer at the end of the night and head to the fridge and then kind of stay up late eating. And he realised that was a key habit he needed to change. So he actually put a little raised sticker on the top of his laptop, and as he'd close his laptop, that was his little reminder, that's right, head to bed, wind down, this is what you need to do. And it just was a tactile reminder that helped him to shift what he was doing in his habits. So that was one great little tip that you might find you can use as well. I went to a great session with Dave Leo that was all about adrenal function, and he was talking a lot about the biochemistry and what happens with our adrenal glands, and how when we're in a chronic state of stress, not just the short fight or flight that gives us the energy and adrenaline and cortisol to be able to race across the road because the bus is coming, but what happens when we have that constant, even low level of stress that keeps us in that fight or flight mode, and just how detrimental it is in terms of what happens from that pathway from a hypothalamus in the brain, pituitary, and down into the adrenals, and how it also goes through that pathway and into the thyroid, and how the adrenals and the thyroid can both create this negative spiral and negatively impact on each other and our hormone balance. So without going into the details of all of that, one of the key things that I really enjoyed out of his session was that he talked about focusing on the solutions to the causes rather than trying to find just a band-aid approach for the symptoms. And we can see this, across so many things in life, that often a symptom will present, and so we'll try and fix the symptom without really addressing what's the underlying cause. So that was a really great, just a callback to the need to manage our stress, which is that key driver of adrenal fatigue, thyroid dysfunction. And so, there's so many different things that we can do in that area, from just being present, reconnecting, being clear about our goals, being able to say no, being able to breathe well, being able to move mindfully, all these different things that we can do to help actually restore and regenerate and reduce our stress. So that would be my key thing. If you know anyone that's facing a lot of stress or is feeling tired, maybe just that you've just been taken off, and over time you're feeling more and more tired, it'd be really worthwhile to look into that. And he also talked about just some testing protocols and how food sensitivities can come into it. So I'll share some links with you at the end of this video for all these guys that you can link through and find out some more. And there was also some great sessions on movement. Some of the guys that I love, that just know an incredible amount about the body and the myofascial lines in the body, and how everything is so connected. Your right shoulder is intimately linked with your left big toe, and these lines that run from the soles of your feet all the way up your body and up to your head, and in every single direction. And how when we have fixed position, for example being at a computer, we can have a lot of issues in those areas. So I went to some great sessions by Ian O'Dwyer and Gareth Hooley and JP, John Polly, and they were all great around how to move, how to create movement, how to make it fluid, the importance of movement, the importance of moving in different planes of motion, not just in this running plane straight forward like this, but actually to get some sideways movement. Talked about desk sitting and posture, and one of the best things was really just, it's so simple. We don't need to actually be fixed up and bound up in these set positions. We can actually move quite freely in lots of different directions. And one of the best ways to do that is to create play. Find a partner, get a balloon, hit it back and forwards to each other in a room. Try and challenge each other to get each other moving, and that will actually be a great workout, and it will get every single chain in your body to be upregulated and working. It'll help to move your fascia. Also make sure you hydrate well and move when you hydrate, so it's going to hydrate right through. There's just so many tips in that area, but really recommend you go out and check out some of the mobilizers that I'll send you the link for as well in that area. There was also a great session by one of those guys, John Polly, on connection, which I really enjoyed. It was outdoors, and it was talking about outdoor connection, and it was connection with the outdoors, but also with each other in a group exercise environment, movement environment, and connection with ourselves. So we played a whole range of games, and again, play is just the best way to get fit and healthy, isn't it? Laughter really is the best medicine, and when we play, we connect with each other. When we laugh, it just connects us together. So I really believe that we need that. We've got so much social connection on our phones and on our computers and our tablets, but it's actually leading to us being more disconnected as a society. And so it was really great to just have a session and a refresher around that. And one thing that I really loved at the end, John said, what is it that you can do better than anyone else in the world? And what is it? Well, the only thing that you can do better than anyone else in the world is to be you. The only thing that I can do better than anyone else in the world is to be me. And so I really encourage you to embrace that, just to be you. You are uniquely created just as you are, and you're perfectly okay. Even in your imperfection, you are just precious. So just go out and be you. And that was a really lovely reminder around that. I also went to a great session on nutrition with Sandy Wegner, Sandy with a C, and she was just really inspiring in terms of the way that she works with her clients and how she really helps them lead change based on what it is that they come up with themselves. And I thought that was just fantastic. It just reinforced a lot of things that I already practice with nutrition and with coaching, and it was just a really good reminder, because so often we can just be wanting to give out advice, and you may even do this with your family and friends, or find they do it with you, that they just say, hey, you should try this, you should try that. But actually, the best change that you can make for yourself is one that comes from you, because you will innately know what it is that is going to be best for you. So really invite you to think about that if you've been trying to struggle to follow a friend's diet advice or someone else's weird and wonderful idea of what you should be doing, just perhaps to take some time to ask yourself, what is it that I want? And then to go back to that and just think, okay, what can I do? What will I enjoy doing for myself? What is it that feels right for me? So I might say to you, hey, I have bircher muesli every morning because I love having my soaked oats overnight, and I love my blueberries, and I love my Greek yogurt, and that just works for me. It makes me feel great. But if you try it out, you may or may not find that it works for you. So really invite you to think about what it is that you want to do for you. Now, was there anything else I wanted to share with you? I think those are the key highlights. Oh, there was one other actually, yeah. I went to another great session that was about HIIT, or high intensity interval training, HIIT training. And the session title was HIIT Can Be Good, but Is It Good All the Time? And it was presented by a guy who is very athletic in the way that he is built, and obviously very strong, very fit. And it was really great to see someone that looks like you could assume, oh, he must just do high intensity training all the time, to have him come through and talk about the importance of actually keeping everything in balance. Again, like I said, the importance of repair and regeneration. The fact that if we go out and we do a really high intensity training session and we literally put our body into a stress and fatigue mode, that if we go back and we do that again and again and again, it's actually going to be detrimental rather than beneficial. And so, while a little bit of intensity is fantastic because it does create hormonal response, helps to lower blood pressure, helps to just change lots of biomarkers of health, helps you to boost your metabolism so you burn more fat. It is incredibly beneficial to add some intensity to your workouts. But he looked at things like, the Tabata protocol, which if you want to Google that, you look up the doctor that invented Tabata. He first did that as a 4-minute workout with little intense bursts of 20 seconds intensity on and then a 10-second recovery, and you repeat that 8 times. Was it 8 times? You repeat it over, 8 times over 4 minutes. And so that was his protocol. But what some of us are doing now, and the fitness professionals out there are doing, is we're thinking, well, if 4 minutes is good, then what if we do more? Why not do 8 or 16? And so we're repeating it when actually the original research was based on just those 4 minutes. So it helped to really reinforce for me not only that short and sharp can be beneficial, but that short and sharp is better than long. And we can all actually get so many benefits from just snacking on exercise. My philosophy has always been 4 minutes a day, so it just tied in really nicely with that if you could snack on exercise for short, sharp bursts, and then you could spend a lot of the rest of your time doing repair and regeneration, doing mobilizers, having some play, getting connected with your environment, and just moving your body in lots of gentle ways, that's going to actually help just improve every single system in your body, help it all repair and regenerate, so that you do get the benefit of that burst of intensity. So it's a lot to try and cover in just a few minutes for you here, but those are some of the key things that I really got out of the weekend. I should say as well, that was Andrew Chadwick that did the session on high intensity training. Make sure they cover everyone. So those are some of the highlights for me from the sessions that I went to that I just wanted to share with you, so that you can hopefully glean some tips that are beneficial for you, for your friends and family. I'll put some links at the end of this so that you can link through and find out some more about these guys, or perhaps follow up on some of those philosophies. But most of all, I think I just want to finish with that key question that I was asked, that perhaps the best thing I got out of the weekend is, what is the one thing that you can do better than anyone else in the entire world? And that is to just be you. So go out and be you today. Go out and love people around you. Go out and show your love, show gratitude, show kindness. But at the centre of it all, do it in your unique way. Go out and be you. If you want to drop me a line, you can head over and connect with me at laurenparsons.co.nz. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear your comments. You can leave comments down below. Like this if you enjoyed it, and share it with your friends and family. Help me spread the positive ripple effect. Hey, I'm Lauren Parsons, and I'll see you real soon.